Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. This one is about the trade-ins and also a special welcome to you subscribers. Now, the trade-in is normally not a good idea. Let me give you the basics of it. It's fairly obvious. There's a bunch of different tanks you can trade in, potentially. Premiums, of course. And you'll receive a 50% credit for them. In credit to purchasing a different premium tank. You can do only a 1-for-1. You can't do 2 tanks for 1. But the thing is, normally that's not a good idea if you actually bought the tank. Now, if you acquire the tank from an operation or some kind of promotion from a season or a card and you don't want the tank, that's a different story. In fact, I'm going to show you, I'm going to trade in a tank or two, garbage that I have that I don't want. Garbage to me. Things I will never play. Versus things that I might play. Primarily these are good tanks. They're just kind of expensive. And I've played some of those tanks, and they don't really cut the mustard for me. You got to do what makes you happy. And I'm going to get rid of some tanks that I don't like to play because they're not really that effective. It's not good for my style. Things of that nature. So I wanted to use this banner for people to see so they can see what's going on. We'll scroll down. I really don't think there's anything spectacular that needs to be seen. But there's a list here of tanks you can trade in. And then there's a list of tanks you could trade for. Now, I'm not going to bore you with this. It's here. You can go look at it yourself, or we're going to go to the actual premium tech tree and solve the problem that way. Here we are at the premium tech tree. Now, I'm on Xbox. I'm assuming there's some similar way to do this on PlayStation, but I don't know for a fact. So we're going to hit the button. Actually, we're going to depress the right stick vertically down into the controller to bring up the filter. The green 2 arrows represents the trade-in. Click on that. Now here, these are the tanks that are available for me to acquire. The others are not available because I already have them, essentially. And for myself, these are a bunch of tanks for the most part that I'm not interested in. However, I am a Tiger tank guy, so I am interested in the Tiger Skoda A18. So here we cruise down. You can buy this for 7,700 gold if you wish, or trade in a tank for it. I'll do a trade-in, sir. Now at the very bottom, you're going to see the BT-7 artillery has an orange border. This is the tank that is essentially being focused for trade-in. Now I'm not going to trade that in. It's too low. There's several tanks. They're heavy tanks, the ones that I don't want, because I just don't like to play them. So we're going to cruise through these guys here. All right. Tiger 1 hammer. Well, I like tigers, so I don't trade tigers for tigers. I don't care for this KV2, but it's not worth anything, so whatever. IS-3 auto, not bad. However, there are a couple other tanks that have a better trade-in value. things that I don't play. I played them. I either know I don't want to play them, or I have played them and they were and I don't need to play an tank. I need to play something that's fun. Alpine Tiger. Now that's a nice looking tank, so I keep this. This was from an operation. Literally, I got this for free. This would be a good option, except for it's got a really unbelievably nice looking engraved tiger design on the turret and on the body. So that's a keeper. All right. We're continuing. For those of you who are paying attention, this is the stage 100 tank. This is the one you're going to get for that. Now, technically, I could trade this in, but it's not enough. So I'm not paying 2,500 more because I have another tank that I don't want. Okie dokie. We're still going through it. Liberté is one of the tanks I don't need. It's a tier 8 Frenchie. There's another one that's also very good. So Liberté is what, 160 on trade-in. There's another one. There's a Somua Nomad. And there's also this HMH AMX M4 49. Very good French heavy tank. I just don't like heavy tanks. It's like they're not fun to play. But this one's a good one. The other one is that Nomad. It's a 5-shot auto loader heavy tank. So that other one was 280. Chrysler K is another one I don't like, but hey, the prices, they don't get enough trade for this guy, so There it is. Nomad Somua. For this guy, I should give up the Frenchie. Well, the 280. There's another tank that I'm going to show you. In fact, let me show it to you now. Go back to the trade-in. This is the ISU 152K. Now, I really don't need this tank. But this tank would be fun to play. Because this is the big bad brother of the Slayer. Otherwise known as the Slayer. Wait a second. Can we go back the other way? Yes, we can. Boom, 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 boom. We're looking for the Frenchie. There's the Nomad. So the Nomad is 1,110. Oh man, that's a toughie. I don't know. It's a toughie. That other Frenchie should be right here. Oh, that's the Nomad. I want the other Frenchie. There we go. M49, whatever. And then the other Frenchie to consider would be the Liberté. The rest of my other Frenchies I'm keeping. Wow. Yeah, this tank is about, what, 1,000 gold more, I believe. Let's take a look at that. This is exactly 1,000 gold more, so that's the dealio. Let's take a look again now. Go back to the old trade-in. So it's the Skoda Tiger, and maybe I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. Somua. I like autoloaders. It's kind of a toughie. I like autoloaders, but a heavy tank, it's okay. Just that thing never really did anything for me. Man, it's a real toughie. The rest of these I don't care, and they're too expensive anyway. You just don't get a lot of value trying to get an Iron Rain, for example, because it's so expensive. Realistically, 9,000 would be the cutoff for me. Don't want that or that or that. And some of these are quite expensive. Now I have an expensive Defender. The what is it? 252 Russian Defender. It's another expensive tank. But it's really nice looking, so it's a great, thing to look at. Yeah, Atomic, I don't want that. I don't want any of those tanks. I don't want this ISU 152K. So, yeah, we could do that. 1,000 is a reasonable amount, I guess. The Skoda Tiger. Really good stuff. This is the number one tank I want to get. So we'll do this guy here. Oh, yes, the Guardian. All right, Frenchie. The reason, like I said, is that getting something that's useful to you. Now that whole thing is really terrible. Okay, in fact, we're going to do this. Here we are in the premium tech tree. So what I'm going to do is show you the list of available tanks. Now, your list is most likely going to be larger than mine because the tanks you don't see that are available, I already have. So I click down on my right stick, down meaning into the controller vertically. Click on this green double arrow. This is the trade-in button. This shows you the list. So the things I'm interested in are simple. They're not expensive, but they're nice because this is a Tiger A18 Skoda autoloader. Brownie played it. He got it from the trade-in, and he and I played it together. He played the Skoda Tiger, and I played the Hammer. And it was really good. And they were very good scoring tanks. Both are tier 7, so it was really fantastic. So let me click on this guy here. Move down to trade-in. Click the button again. Now I got to locate the tank I'm going to trade in. Now I'm going to trade in a French heavy tank that I don't play because I just don't care. It's just one of those things. Nothing spectacular. So the thing to get rid of here, for me, is a tank that's very good. This Liberté is not bad. I can trade that one in for 160. But that's a tier preferential, so I probably shouldn't get rid of it. The one I should probably get rid of is the French Heavy Metal Heroes M4. In fact, there it is right there. This one cost me 280 gold. Now this tank, the HMH AMX M449, that was a tank of the month that I got. I played it. It's very good. It has a lot of good armor for blocking. I just don't play heavy tanks, and I played it a little bit and never played it again, and I'm not going to play it again. Now what it's going to do is give me the refund for this in silver for the gear that's inside the tank, the equipment and the consumables and the ammo, so I don't worry about that. So I'm going to pay 280 gold to get this Skoda Tiger. That, sir, is a deal. Tiger 1 mit 75 Millimeter Skoda. That's how you'd read it in auf Deutsch, in German. For those of you who actually speak German, my German's inferior to your German, obviously. But I have a working, barely, knowledge of German. All right, so I just traded that in for the Skoda Tiger. One of the things that we discussed was this. Emblems. Go up here. Brownie says, go to military. And look, we can put this dude right here. Yes, we're going to do this. So we replaced that emblem with this one. Same thing, military. Now, we've already paid for this, so you can use it again for free. So that's fantastic. So now, instead of a Czechoslovakian logo, we got the German nation indicator. So now it looks like a regular-ish. It looks like a regular-ish Tiger. Now, Brownie had a killer camo on this dude. Let me show you. It's a beauty. Which one was it? Wasn't that one? That's another good one. That's not it. That is... I don't think that's the one he was using specifically, but it's another nice one. Or maybe it was just the shadows of the leaves from the trees. Oh man, that's also good. Romanian 3-color woodland. Green tigers rub me the wrong way, baby. So I'm just going to let you know. The Korean War camo looks good too. Cracked is decent. I don't like the salamander at all. And it gets that name because it looks like the skin of a certain breed of subspecies of salamander. So this Romanian 4-color woodland is not bad. Historical Korea, pretty nice. That looks really good. So I just wanted to show you what the camos look like for this dude. So this looks like it's 100% legit Tiger tank. But check this out. 30% silver bonus. Not bad. And 3-shot auto loader. And it has a very fast reload time. The stock is 5.2 and Brownie said it goes down to like 4 or something. So the thing was wicked. It fires 3 shots. Boom. 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 And then like 4 seconds and change, reloaded and ready to do it again. It's nasty. He was killing it in this tank. Now, before I go and set stuff up, always switch your premium ammo to silver instead of gold. This one I think we're going to split this 50-50. Good enough for me. Alright, so now I got this safely taken care of. So that's fantastic. Now we're going to go back and look at this other tank that I was considering. Just for the fun factor. And the fun factor tank is the ISU 152K. This is the giant older brother or bigger brother of the Slayer. Look at the barrel on this freak. 152 millimeters of penetration power, man. This thing hits like a hammer. It does way more damage than my Russian ISU 130, which is a really nice one. It'll drill tier 10s. This will also drill them better, I believe. So, again, what I have are French heavy tanks like this Somua Nomad. It's okay. This is really the best, tank that I have to trade in. Basically 1,110. The Nomad Somua is an autoloader heavy tank, and I just don't play those. And it wasn't anything special. It didn't look great. It has that desert camo, and it's not even a good desert camo. I don't like it. It's just me. I don't care for that tank. It was expensive. I got it in an operation for nothing. So basically, I'm paying $1,100 and change for this wicked dude right here. Totally worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and get it. Now, I have gear, equipment, and ammo in the Nomad. So I'm going to get a silver refund 1.233 million back on that. So I'm going to pay out 1,110 gold to get this because I'm getting rid of a tank I literally never play. I played it a couple of times. I'm like, nah, wasn't that great. So now we got the ISU 152K with the monster gun. This will be fun. And I say that because I have the Slayer, which has another 152 gun, and it's a fun tank. So this will be interesting, and like I said, it will be somewhat fun. I won't play it a lot, for sure. But I have a bunch of Russian sniper tanks, so it'll fit in there and it'll be great. So that'll be fun. So first thing we got to do, remember, always we want to go take care of this. Put that down to silver. We don't want to have gold. Wow, I don't know. Good enough for me. All right, that's roughly 50-50. So you get 25 rounds. We got 13 regulars, 12 premium. Sounds good to me. Let's take a quick look at this camo, see if there's anything good. This is a real nice Russian camo. So that's one that's kind of nice. Let's look at the summer camos. Anything special? Some of these are pretty good. These multicolor with the gray. So, I mean, those are pretty nice there as well. Not bad. I like that. That looks pretty nice. Large spots camo. So, pretty cool. Big heavy hitter. But this is so you guys could see how to do the trade-ins for yourself and what the criteria you should use to consider before you dive in and trade in a tank. You cannot undo it. Once you do it, you can't undo it. So the best thing is if you have tanks that you don't like and aren't going to play. I have a bunch of other ones that fit the bill, but there wasn't anything that I could trade them for because I already owned those tanks because of operations or however I got them. So that was pretty nice. That really covers the whole thing about the trades and gives you an idea. Now, you might not have anything good to trade. Don't just make a trade just because you can. Because really, I did not get a great value for the tanks I traded in, except for, number one, I paid nothing for those tanks. The Nomad was an operations tank, and the other one was a tank of the month. I paid $10 for that. And it was okay, but it wasn't that great. But I got other stuff, for it. So tank of the month, like, okay, it was a great tank if you like heavy tanks. I don't like heavy tanks, so I don't really want to play it. I'm like, it's a high dollar tank. I played it and it was fine, but I just don't enjoy that. So, that was all good. So I figured I'll dump it. I kept the Liberté, another expensive. Oops. Let's do this. Let me show you the one I didn't get rid of, but was thinking about it. This will give you, there we go, there's a Liberté. Liberté was another operation tank. This tank is an expensive tank. If you look at it in the store, it's about 15,000 gold, like that Nomad. But now this one is a French patriotic tank. This is like the French version, more or less. Not version, but comparable to the U.S. Patriot. It has all the patriotic paint job. This has the patriotic French paint job. So this is a Patriot tank for Frenchies, just like the Patriot is a patriotic tank for Americans. So I kept that one. The other ones I'm like, yeah, whatever. But this one was also tier preferential. And like I said, this dude is expensive, like 15,000 gold tank. I would never buy it. But it's a cool tank. I mean, you can't go wrong with that color scheme. But this one was the keeper versus the other two. Those were expensive tanks I got from either, well, one from an operation, the other one from the tank of the month. So, and the tank of the month comes with 850 gold plus some other boosters and whatever. So it's like, yeah, I got my fun. It's like I rented that tank and then traded it in, got a better tank. So that is the dealio as far as the trade-ins are concerned. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you in decision making, because you don't want to make a bad decision and trade in a tank that's good. You can't get it back. Now, if you wanted to trade a tank that, for example, you're going to get back, like that Emil tank. Let me show you the Emil, just so we make sure we know what we're looking at. Swedish. Whoops. This is another great operation tank that I got. Now this Emil 1951, this is the stage 100 tank. All right. So if you wanted to trade a tank in, this is one of the tanks to consider trading in, because this tank would be awarded to you once again with completion of stage 100 of the season. In fact, let's just go there and look at this right now. Season. There it is, stage 100. Bingo. Emil 1951. This tank, if you haven't completed the season, you could trade this tank in and get something. I didn't even know what the value of this tank is. We can find that out. Let's just go find out right now. All right, let's take a tank. Whoops. We don't want this or this. All right. So see, now the Nomad is back 15,180. That's what I had. So that one I got 7,500 plus 90. So that was 7,590. Ta-da! That was the trade-in value for that tank. Now, let's take a look at the Emil. So this one, 15,180. Let's look at a trade-in. We'll see what the, let's just, we're going to figure out what the Emil, I can't tell you the price of the Emil because I own it, so I cannot see the price, but we'll do the math and let the math tell us. We're looking for that blue Swedish flag. It'll be a lot faster. I'll just skim this dude. Oh, wait a second. You may not be able to trade in the Emil. There it is. Yes, we can. Okay, you'd have to pay 10,000. So that was 15,180. So you're getting 5,150 for that Emil trade-in, if you want to trade in. So you get 5,150. If there's a tank you'd want to get for that price, you could trade the Emil for that tank, pay whatever extra it is, and then get that tank back at the end of the season. So that would work out terrific. That's just, one of the angles you can get. Already, again, with the Skoda on stage 25. Whoops. Oops, wrong direction, dummy. The Skoda T40. If you haven't gotten this from the season, again, you could trade this in. This won't be worth much. It's a tier 6. It's probably worth about 1,800 gold. Nothing, in trade-in. Very cheap. So, just giving you some info. Just giving you some info on trades. So, if you want to make a trade, I'm giving you info, things to consider, pretty basic stuff. If you don't have anything to trade, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a chance for you to unload something that you've got that maybe is unpopular for yourself. Last season we got that HMH Chrysler K. That's a tank I would have unloaded, but they didn't have anything that was a good deal for me to unload it for. I already had all the other tanks that I would have considered dumping it because I don't like it. So it's one of those things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you make your decisions, if any. And it would be helpful if you could leave a like for this video. Also tell your friends. That way they can see what's going on, learn about the trade-ins, and maybe they'll like and subscribe as well. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in another video today or tomorrow.